Hello, church. There's a story in Matthew chapter 14 about Jesus going and feeding this large group of people, but it's the backstory that goes with it that may be even more important for us who call ourselves followers of Christ. You see, in this story, which all takes place in the northern part of Israel in an area called Galilee, right next to a very big lake called the Sea of Galilee, Jesus has been out there ministering to this large group and just an enormous group of people. And the disciples look around and they begin to realize they've got a problem. They realize these people have nothing to eat. And there's no fast food around, there's no markets around. And so the disciples come to Jesus and they ask him, Lord, you need to send these people away so they can go into the towns and villages and get something to eat. Now I got to tell you something, that sounds like a really good option. And yet in the middle of a reasonable option, Jesus turns to them and throws them an absolute curveball. Listen to what he says in Matthew 14 in verse 16. He says, but Jesus said, we do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. I mean, they weren't prepared for that. It's not like they had the food that was sitting there prepared to feed 7 or 8 or 10,000 people. I mean, when we try to feed 500 or 600 people here for like a small group dinner, it's a big deal. And now Jesus is just telling them, you feed them? They don't even know what to do. Verse 17, it says, and they said to him, we only have 5 loaves and 2 fish. In other words, what are we going to do? How are we going to feed these people? He says, why don't you bring that to me? Give that to me. You know what I hear when I hear that is, give me what you've got, and I'll do something with it. You know, we tend to look at a situation like that and we see the problem. It's amazing how God can look at a situation like that and see an opportunity. They saw just the need to feed everybody. Jesus saw the opportunity to affect people's lives and to get them involved in the process. This coronavirus, this is the ultimate destruction in life. This is the ultimate chance for us to sit back, to trust in God, to hand everything we've got to him, to see how he will use it. And he'll do something amazing. He fed 5,000 to 10,000 people there because the disciples were ready and they were available. The question is, are we? Are you ready? Are we ready to do what God wants us to do?